support Ukraine, the city of Miami will be hosting a gun buyback. All Ukrainians get guns. Only Ukrainians, not you.
Tucker's a little confused. We are hosting a voluntary buyback. If you have a gun lying around the house that you no longer want and you'd like it to be sent to Ukraine, we got you. No one's being disarmed. No one's coming for your guns. The city of Miami is working together with the State Department and a licensed exporter to Ukraine so that we can help them out a little bit and get a few guns off our streets from those who don't want them around the house. It's not a big deal.
That was congressional candidate down there in Florida. His name is Ken Russell, and he's pushing back on what you saw there from Tucker Carlson's maniacal laughter over a gun buyback program that would go to Ukrainians. We're not sure exactly how that could work. We'll get into that in a second. But first, I want to get into how, for some reason, this is a trigger point for a lot of people. So as Russell explained there, the buyback program, which is in Miami, is actually completely voluntary. Weird how buybacks work. You know, when someone brings something and you buy it from them, it's one of those voluntary exchanges. Weird. Either way it goes. So if people want to get rid of some old guns, they can bring them down, get a couple dollars for those things. It's how those things work. I can understand how Tucker Carlson may not understand how buybacks work, because we don't do those in this country. We just hand out more, spread them across as far and wide as possible. Here's some more information about this from the Miami-Dade Police Department here. They tweeted this out. It's not too late. Oh, they messed up on the two. That's my only problem. It's not too late to turn in your firearm. No questions asked. Gun buyback happening now in Miami City Hall until 2 p.m. And they give the address, support Ukraine, gun buyback are the hashtags there. On that link, they say your donations will be used to assist the Ukraine support efforts. Do your part to make our streets safer, is what the city of Miami announcement read. Visa gift cards will be exchanged for the weapons in the following amounts: $50 for a handgun, $150 for a shotgun or rifle, and $250 for high-powered assault rifle. So there's the other part about this, because a lot of people have guns hanging around. We know that we have more guns in the country than we have humans. So maybe people have things that are hanging around and they're old. And from that $50, $150, and $250 amounts, maybe that's something good for some of these garbage guns. Because another TikTok from Ken Russell did point out how many of these things are just not very useful. Watch more. There's that plethora of guns there. And a little bit more information on this, David. Police collected 68 weapons in this buyback program, is what the chief, Manuel Morales, said. And he also said that a few of them are likely to be fit to send over to our friends over in Ukraine. Only a few of them. It's unclear how the Miami Police Department plans to get these weapons there. And early this month, the Miami City Commission approved a resolution directing the city manager to take any and all action to ensure that the weapons received through the city's gun buyback program are directed to Ukraine for the defense and liberation of the Ukrainian people against the Russian invader. Again, we saw some of those guns. Many aren't usable. They're probably not going to be getting sent over. But check one point: 68 more weapons have been purchased and bought back off the streets. And maybe some of those weren't being used before. And people have a few extra dollars in their pocket, since Republicans keep telling me the only thing people care about right now is gas prices.
Well, and look, I mean, Republicans should know that gun buyback programs are not new. They have been successful in city after city, and I would suggest that this program to try to get the guns to Ukraine is terrific. I mean, if dozens of cities can band together and work with the State Department, that's a way of arming civilians in Ukraine who really do need weapons of war as opposed to what we have on our streets. But again, this gets to, Tucker Carlson and the disingenuous nature of the way Republicans approach this issue. Because anytime you talk about the Second Amendment, they always say, oh no, they're coming to get your guns. Anytime you talk about, gun buyback program, oh, this isn't voluntary, you're being forced to take your guns, have your guns taken away and delivered to Ukraine. That is absolute crap and nonsense. And the only way that Republicans can hold on to that small sliver of right-wing fanatics in this country is to somehow convince them on the gun issue, is to convince them, oh yeah, the federal government's coming for your guns, beware, this is part of it. And it's not.
It's pretty obvious though that that's the whole ploy. It's to change people or keep people's perspective in a certain way, not focus on any actual policy, not focus on the way these things work, but just say, can you believe it? They want you to go and give away and sell your guns. Bro, hey, you know what? Some people have 6 cars in their back lot because they have a big space and they're gonna fix up all 6 cars. I'm one of those people. And eventually, these backyard mechanics go, the 72 Gran Torino is just not gonna work out. I'm gonna go sell it and put it on Craigslist. Is that something wrong with that? You can sell your old stuff that you don't want anymore and get some money for it. Weird, crazy, except when it's guns. That's our life's blood. And Tucker Carlson knows that's the response people get, even though he doesn't really believe that.